All right, crew. Today we've got someone in the studio who has lived and breathed motorsport since before she was legally allowed to rent a car, but absolutely old enough to race one.
She started as a light vehicle mechanic with Holden and SHV. Spent nearly 15 years wrenching, tuning and selling the stuff most of us only dream about. These days, she's running the WA division of Inca lifts and keeping the biggest bloody truck lifts in the state moving.
Back in her apprenticeship days, she wasn't just good, she was Apprentice of the Year good and runner-up another year, but that's not there. Because apparently she collects trophies the way we collect questionable life choices.
At 17, while the rest of us were still figuring out how to reverse park, she jumped straight into the drag racing, starting in modified with a small block rear engine dragster, then levelling up to a big block because once you catch the speed bug, there is no cure.
That is true. She's faced some highs and some really hard hits, like literally. She had a massive top-end crash that put her into both walls after a braking failure, and it took 7 years to get back behind the wheel. But when she did, she came back swinging and built her dream, a funny car.
And she hasn't just built it, she has dominated in it. We are talking WA Championship in Supercharged Outlaws, second runner-up in 21-22, runner-up 22-23, multiple top qualifier awards, regular 200 plus mile per hour runs,
That's
and
insane.
personal best of 6.61 at 209 miles per hour. That is 336 kilometres per hour if you like your numbers spicy.
That's fast. And today she builds her own cars, her own engines, runs her own ship, and funds the whole thing herself. It's grit, graft, pure passion. Because for her, drag racing isn't just speed, it's hours of problem solving, busted knuckles, triumphs, tears, and the joy of creating something powerful with her own two hands.
Please welcome the absolute powerhouse, the queen of horsepower and hustle,
Jess Harper!
Thank you for that intro. My goodness, feeling special.
That is,
well, you should. We are nothing
That's
if
impressive.
not hype girls.
Love
that's
it.
very, very impressive.
Massively impressive. Holy crap, she's
going?
probably the coolest person.
Yeah.
Oh, bless.
I know.
I try.
I will
think
never
I've-
be this cool.
I don't think I've ever met another female funny car driver.
Oh, there you go. There's a couple of us kicking around, but we love what we do.
It's very,
Thank you for
very
coming on the podcast. We are so excited to have you.
Yeah.
It's so
We
cool.
are very, very
I'm very excited. A little bit nervous, but excited.
I think
So
you'll
good.
do great.
Rhiannon swears all the time. You're fine.
Yeah.
Me too.
See
We'll get along.
It's gonna be bad. I know
Yeah.
it's gonna be bad.
So just a little breakdown of what we do. We've got some segments that you're aware of. We're just going to get to know you and learn what you do. And yeah,
You just have a bit of a laugh.
Love it.
Now, this is our episode 4.
and we've called it,
Meals, lighting the candles and breaking the mould.
yeah,
Love it.
with Jess Harper.
With Jess Harper.
Love it. What was that?
That was
crowd.
That's the crowd.
The crowd in the background.
That's the crowd in the background, Amber. God damn it.
Cool. All right, so we're going to start off asking some questions, get to know you, and yeah, to keep going from there.
Yeah.
All right. So I don't know where my question sheet's gone.
Well, she stole it from me. It's fine.
Oh,
It's
thank
fine.
you.
It's fine.
All right.
Stealing
So,
my shit here.
are you ready?
I'm ready. Far away.
Dun. When did you first realise, yeah, I want to strap myself into a rocket with wheels?
I mean, I started going down to the drags probably in high school. I picked up a crew pretty early. I crewed for the C10 Chev Clive Hudson Bad Influence. It's a pretty well-known car, yeah. And that's honestly where I got the bug for the sport, the
How
people,
old were
the
you?
speed. I probably started crewing 12 or 13. My dad used to take me down there, and I just got adopted real quick just because once
It's
you get that
life.
passion and you get that edge,
literally-
and
Oh
you know
my
what I mean. So I got
gosh.
taken under the wing by the Hudsons pretty early, which, you know, I've loved them
Yeah.
forever for doing that, and they really got me into the sport. So I crewed on the truck for a couple of years, and the sort of the rule of thumb is you don't have to have a driver's license, but as long as you're eligible to hold a driver's license, you can sort of get in a race car. I wasn't lucky enough to have a junior, but I knew pretty early on that I was
Were
going to
they
save my
doing
butt off.
junior? I don't know how long because
Yeah.
I'm brand new to this shit.
Yep.
So were they doing juniors back then as well?
Very
or-
much, yeah, absolutely, yeah. My parents sort of aren't into racing, although they do support me, obviously. It's probably
Yeah.
not they think I should be a little bit more mature than I am. But
hell
YOLO, you know what I mean?
No,
There's worse things I could be doing.
We're all
so
about immaturity here.
they support what I do. But yeah, that was sort of very young in my early teens. I'm like, this is what I want to get into. And I knew whether it was crewing or driving, you know, I was going to be involved. And then opportunity came up with that dragster at sort of 16,
crew
17.
with a team, or did you do like track work? So
Always crewed with the team.
Yep.
Yeah. I was lucky enough to be involved
That's cool.
in a team.
Yeah,
so,
right.
and that's where you fall in love with the people. You know, drag racing is for me very much the people, the
it's
community,
a
the
family.
family,
Like we
the
were talking with
friends.
Glenn.
Yeah.
It's just everyone becomes this big family.
You do, and honestly, that's where I fell in love with it. And going fast is just a bonus. I was pretty lucky there to sort of get into that side of it. But yeah, no,
That's so cool.
it's so much more than going fast. It's a family thing.
So for anyone who's never smelled nitro or had their eyebrows singed off at the start line, how do you describe funny car racing?
Funny car. So, I mean, I don't have nitro in my tank. One day, you know, I'd love to be able to pedal something with a bit of nitro in the tank. So, but that feeling of nitro, I guess, even from a spectator perspective, you not only you feel it in your nose hairs, it's in your lungs, you feel it as those cars leave the start line. It is an atmosphere, and if you've never seen them, you know, launch a nitro car before, it is unbelievable. I was drawn to funny cars again very, very young, but dragsters are generally a place where a lot of people start, and that's where I started.
What's a funny car?
So it's I guess it's a funny looking car, really. Yeah. So
that's cool.
I've got no doors. The body comes up and down of a tilt of the rear of the car, and then it can be removed when you work on it as required.
Yep.
But it's just sort of a type of vehicle. It's generally moulded off something in real life. So mine's a Corvette, and there's a couple of other cars down there. Yeah, there you go. So they're moulded off something, so they're loosely based off something that is from a production nature. But the funny car is the way that the body lifts on and off at a tilt. So
because you see them like with the stick in it, like they're holding it up.
correct. Yeah. So that's how we tow around.
Yep.
So the last thing, once your crew strap you in, once you're ready to go, once the engine's started up, the boys will drop the body for you, lock it into place, and you know it's go time then.
And it's got a hatch on the top.
It does. That's
Is that
how
an
we get out.
emergency hatch?
No, that's
or-
how we get out the top end because there's no doors.
Yep.
So once I have done my run, pull my chutes, exit out.
'Cause there's no one there to take it up.
Exactly right. So you come up.
Random. What happens in the event of an emergency? How do they get you out?
You sort of hope you're not on your roof, otherwise you do have to sort of exit out a window. You have to sort of get a window out of it. You know, the safety crew are very responsive, but we're aware that we're one of the harder cars to get a driver out because there are no
Because you were
doors.
just explaining everything, like, how the fuck do you get out?
You guys have said, you just got to hope everything,
no
you're not
door.
on your roof, there is no doors, no. So that hatch is not only for me to get out the top end, but in the case of emergency, it's a very quick exit, and it's quite fast to get out the roof as well. It's literally undo your belts, jump, stand straight up when you say, and I just slide down the side. So
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
realities are what we do.
God, you are crazy though.
It's just crazy. What's the biggest oh shit moment you've had?
I've had a couple. So when I crashed the dragster, so that was my second dragster, and I had a brake failure at the top end of the track. So what had happened, the brakes had locked up, and the car just got a really big bounce on. And there's a certain degree where you just have to go along for the ride. So you know, I was against Trent Morrison in the other lane. He saw what was going on. There was no second car incident, which is
because that's a big
heart
thing,
wrenching in
like,
what
you
we
don't
do.
want to-
You know, it's hard enough damaging your own car, but the thought
If
of
you fuck
taking
up
out
somebody else's
somebody else's
car,
car, it's a whole different world of heartache. So I hit my wall first, which sent me into Trent's lane, and then you sort of know to hug the wall. You know, whether it's an oil leak, whether it's an incident, the closer you can get to the wall, you know, you're not going to make a huge mess of the track. You're going to get out of the way. So I just sort of hugged what would be Trent's wall, then pulled the car up to a stop, and I got out of my own power. The car didn't roll, but I did contact both walls.
It's so scary. We were with Andrew Cole when he crashed his Corvette, and we were on the start line, and he just went on his roof, and everyone's like, oh, and we're looking forward going, oh, all we can see is like smoke, and we turn around, you see like he's on fire. And we're on the start line going, like you just freeze in a moment and go, what do I do? Because you're so far away.
Well, that's
All
why
I'm
they've got
thinking-
marshals all the way down, hasn't it?
That's exactly right. And they are trained to get to you as fast as
And
they
all I'm thinking
possibly
is,
can.
I need to call Karina.
Yeah,
I need to check
bless.
that she's okay. Like he's fine. He was out. And
He was out the
laughing about
car.
it.
Yeah, exactly
Because
right.
they're all psychopaths.
Yeah, we've got to have a little bit of crazy.
You're going to have a little bit of crazy in there, I
It's
guarantee.
the best. Oh gosh.
What was your most...
Oh, that's mine.
Yeah.
What is your most memorable moment? Like, what's your, oh my God, like that just happened?
Yeah, for me, licensing that funny car, you know,
Yeah.
that was a big journey for me to get that calibre of car together and get that calibre of
What
car
does
to the track.
licensing involve? Is like certain passes? Like
Yeah,
do
so
something?
we run under the ANDRA governing body, so we do it incrementally. So you have stewards out there, and it really is just you burn out, you launch, you sort of shut off really early at
Yeah.
C64. They tick you off at every increment. You go to half track
So
if
you
they
have to
feel your
prove
confidence.
that you can do all these little
that
steps.
you can control. We do blindfold tests leading up to it
That's
and
so
everything
cool.
like that. to
What's
make
a blindfold test?
yeah,
So
yeah.
cool.
So before we sort of get anywhere near the racetrack itself, we have to do a blindfold test to show competency that if the car is on fire or you lose your vision, there's oil on your visor, it's very smoky in the cabin, you can activate whatever you need to shut it down. So
Okay.
kill switch, magneto, you know where your chutes are, you know where your shut-offs are,
All
you
are
know where your
blindfolded.
fire bottles are, because we have a
Jesus.
release pin in the cab as
Wow.
well.
And
And then you've got to unbolt and get out. And it's all
All
timed.
completely blindfolded.
Yeah.
Blindfolded, yeah. They normally
They
stick
put like
rags
a,
in your
like
helmet.
a black bag. They did it to Kyle.
Oh,
for his
Yeah,
top
you
fuel.
have to.
God.
Yeah. Just to make sure you know where all your
Yeah.
safety bits are in the car. So,
Yeah, yeah.
It makes
Andrew
sense.
run a really, really tight ship, and
Yeah,
obviously
well, you
really
have to,
proud
I
of our
mean,
Yeah,
governing
that
body.
can go
That's
real
your life
bad,
that
real
you're
quick otherwise.
depending
Yeah,
on.
exactly right, exactly right. So
Yeah.
yeah, they just make sure you know where everything you need to know is. So yeah,
I'm learning things on
yeah,
this channel.
exactly right.
Yeah, that's
And then
really
the
cool.
incremental passes. So we do half track, we do 1,000 foot with chutes, and you do two solos ideally.
Yeah.
So I got my license at 200 mile an hour, which is my crew chiefs and my goal. You know what I mean? In that funny car. So
In English,
Yeah.
what is 200 miles per hour in kilometres? Do we know?
well, you will have to Google it. It's 350, I think,
Kilometres
just
an hour.
over. Yeah, do a quick
I'm
Google
Googling,
somewhere
I'm
around there.
Googling, oh my God.
And that was your first kind of
Licensing
full
pass, yeah, correct, in a blown car. So, that was, I was signed off at 200,
So
and
freaking
that
cool.
timesheet is signed,
framed.
framed
Yeah.
exactly right, sitting at home, and that's probably one of
That's-
my proudest moments.
Yeah.
It was a big deal. me getting-
321.869 kilometres per hour. Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, so
That's cool.
just
Who was your first race against? Do you remember?
Madison Brown, and
Was it?
I'll never forget that. So another female,
Yeah,
another
she's
funny car
still
driver.
racing.
She is amazing. I got a huge respect for the Brown family. So again, that was probably one of the top tiers and most memorable moments,
That's really cool.
she'd never raced against anyone. It was her first pass in a blown
so you're
car.
doing it
She
together.
just got her license. I'll never forget. I was in the staging lanes and her mum poked her head in, and we always wish each other luck. It's a lot of what we do.
Yeah.
You shake the other driver's hand, and I remember
Yeah.
her mum saying to me, "That's my baby girl in the lane next to me. She's never raced against anyone before," and I'm like, "Neither have I. We're
Oh
about
my
to
God.
do this together."
Stress
And
level.
Exactly right. Yeah. Poor mum. We are close as buggery now, but
Yeah.
that was really memorable. I think
That's
for the
really
pair
cool.
of us,
Yeah.
first side by side, female racers, both in funny cars,
100%.
both in blown cars.
The
So
camaraderie is good.
yeah. Oh, absolutely. Very
Because
much.
there's getting more and more female racers, but it's
fucking love
still
it, yeah.
very minimal compared
Yes.
to men.
Yes,
Yeah.
massively, yeah. It's very male
So
dominated.
it's yeah.
know,
Well, now
motorsport.
females go just as fast. if
Exactly
not
right.
Faster.
Hey, that's not faster.
But I think, because I've been watching, even with young
She's in
Demi,
love with Lisa Gregorini.
I am very.
She
Bless.
goes
I
fast.
have,
awesome.
I have a bit of a girl crush. She's
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah,
cool as
she's
hell.
unbelievable.
Anyway, I was thinking last week when Demi was talking about her reaction times and stuff and how
Yeah.
quick on the dot she
yeah.
is with that shit. And I'm like, I would love to see at some point if there's some sort of motorsport scientist in WA.
Yeah.
So I'd love to see how what the
Michael
reaction
Marriott
times.
will have all the info.
Michael Mario, yeah. Michael, get on
Yeah.
it. How quick a reaction time women compared to men? I I would love to sort of see that
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, that would
I
be
think,
well,
I think that would be really interesting
We
to
have
see.
our shit together.
Yeah,
So
I love it. There you go.
yeah. the girls will beat the boys.
Absolutely.
Sorry, Daniel.
Okay, a bit of fun one. What would your soundtrack be?
I love anything I can belch a tune, and I think I'm a good backup singer. Everyone else around me probably doesn't, but
Yeah.
as long as I can belt it out the top of my lungs, I just love that shit. Music is a big part of my life, and so
Do you
being
have
able-
something that you
What's your
like to
favourite
play,
song?
or like an album?
What
there
is
goes
that?
There goes the air pressure. I'll
the
go turn that
compressor.
off. Don't mind me.
Okay.
You keep talking.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, because Glenn's was AC/DC, and I was like,
a little bit of rock, yeah, I mean, it really does depend on the mood. So I don't reckon I've got one particular artist or one particular soundtrack, but it's, you know, I'm a little bit more of an old soul, so I do like my little bit more of an older music, sort of your 80s, your 90s, anything I can
90s,
belt out.
that is life.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, shows our age, doesn't it? Yeah, exactly right. All that
I do
kind
like
of
me
stuff.
90s.
Yeah.
Can you tell you're in a workshop? Fucking air hose is going off.
Exactly right. Authentic. I love it.
Real. Keeping it real.
Very real. What type of car is your funny car? You said it was a Corvette.
A Corvette, yeah. So it's based off an '07 Corvette. Is that shape? So that body originally came out of Texas, and it was owned by another West Australian driver owner, and I bought that car off him.
Do they have like moulds in like a warehouse? So if you damage your car, they'll have a special mould?
Very good question. Probably in my shape, no. You know what I mean? If you know, touch all elements of wood, but you know, if something were to happen, you know, I would have to consider once a car is damaged, if it's damaged to a certain degree, you can't get a mould off it. So it's there, but there are always bits for sale and cars for sales and bodies for sale. And I guess one of the joys of going funny cars, you can always go altered, because the chassis itself is you know the same
the
concept.
metal frame underneath when they lift it up, it's the same as another type.
And you built it all yourself?
So the chassis I bought, I bought the car as a roller, but I do pride myself on building my own engines. Simon at Allfast does my gearboxes and everything like that. But Gonzo, Gonzo's amazing. He's a beautiful man. So
Dropping shit.
Yeah. He was like on the phone to him the other day.
Yeah, he's very cool.
So you've been like you've been a mechanic. And on the intro, Amber was saying that you've done apprentice mechanic and everything like that. So you building your own funny car.
Yep.
Do you find that it gives you more of a connection and everything to your sport and to yourself?
It does. It makes you proud. I think that's a really good way to put it. You know,
when people go, you know, she's a girl, she can't.
Yeah, no, she
the
built
men build the engines
with her own damn hands.
And you will always get that a lot. You know what I mean? Being a female in a male-dominated industry, but I'm super proud of what I do bring to the table. And you're always learning. You know, nothing is easy. You know, I've got people around me that support me. I've got people that I can ask questions of. You know, I'm not a magician. Yeah, exactly right. So nothing is just instantaneous, but I have some really great support around me to help me bring these types of cars to the table and
give you advice.
Give me advice and help out. And you know, I can't
not just tell you, they
come
show
and
you.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right. It's that community.
Team around you.
I do. Yeah, very much so. I'm very
Who's in your team? How many people have you got?
So the crew, I'll be stepping into the new season with probably a little bit of a different crew this time.
Season.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I've just my motor's up for sale at the moment. I've bought a Hemi, which is pretty exciting. So I'm going from I'm going from big block to Hemi, which I'm pretty excited about. So that should in turn step me up a class as well, which is pretty cool.
So what class will you race in?
So I'm in Supercharged Outlaws now, and I hope to go into Double B. So Double B, which is
that
top comp.
against Jeff?
Yes, it will be. Yeah, it will be. Yeah, absolutely. Top comp. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it will be. So, it's good.
That's really cool. Do you secretly like out-qualifying the boys?
Absolutely. Girl power. I love being the fastest car out there, and it's not only strategic in the way Outlaws runs, but it's a bloody good feeling when you know you top qualified. I mean, Outlaws is really good in the fact where you don't have to have the fastest car, you don't have to have spent the most money, you know what I mean? But to be able to bring a car to the top of that field, it's a lot of pride.
How do you like when you race and you get to the end? How do you know that you've won? Do they tell you at the end of the track? Yeah,
it's a combination. There are lights on the wall, especially at night. I struggle to see the green light during the day, but at night it's a little bit easier for us to see. There is a win light at the end, depending on how hectic the braking area is. I mean, my car gets a bit loose when the chutes are pulled, so there's a fair bit of concentration in you making sure I'm going to pull this car up. But a lot of drivers that have just done this for a million years will always see the win light in their eye. Yeah, but it's normally the track staff at the top, especially if you're getting into eliminations and finals. They'll generally know who's won.
No, there's a camera in your face, like, how did you go?
Yeah, exactly right.
You're like, oh shit, I won.
Yeah, exactly right. So, I mean, obviously you get a fair idea with how far away the car is next to you as well.
If you've pulled up and they're only just pulling up, you're like, oh.
Yeah, because you
What
see them on a good race, you'll always catch them in
You
your
don't have side mirrors. do you?
peripheral. No, you can't see nothing, and because you're strapped in with a Hans device,
Oh, yeah,
you
you
can't
can't
really
move.
rotate around.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know it's a good race when you can hear the other car next
Slowing
to you
down.
the entire pass. So you
Yeah.
know both of you are on a number.
If you see them, like, you know when they have like the neck-on-neck races and they're like right next to you,
Yep.
can you like see them?
You
out
do,
of vision?
yeah, absolutely, you can. So. Yeah, exactly right. You just like the foot is through the floor because you just want to get there first.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's awesome.
For people that don't understand nitro cars, like what's the wildest thing about driving one that no one actually sees on TV? Or
Because they're called
like,
nitro funny cars, or are they just
Nitro,
called
yeah.
funny
So
cars?
nitro is a type of fuel. So and that sort of steps you up into what would be Group 1 racing. So nitro is just a different accelerant. You know, that's where you get the flames. That's where you
Right.
get the
Yeah,
you know
'cause that's the one I've
thousands and
seen.
thousands of
That's
horsepower.
Kyle and Lisa and Daniel.
Yeah. So Lisa and Daniel still met methanol, so it's like,
Oh, do
yep. So they're Group 1. Don't get me wrong,
Yep.
they're the top tier of sort of what we do with a Dord car.
Yep.
And then you go into nitro, which is the long dragsters, so they run the top fuel. And then you've got
yeah.
the nitro funny cars. So
That's, I think, we've
yeah,
heard the
there's a
nitro
handful of them
funny.
in Australia.
That's
of
like
both
the
fields.
Aeroflow team,
Correct.
isn't
Yep.
it?
Spot
Yeah.
on. Yep. So the Bailey brothers and a couple
Yeah,
of
'cause
others.
we
So I think
sold
we got
some-
5 in
I
Australia.
made some connector plugs up for a team in Queensland.
Yep.
And the guy builds the engines for supercars.
Oh, very
I
cool.
can't think what the company name is. It's quite a big like engine company, and they build all the engines for the supercars.
Yeah. Oh, that's
But
awesome.
they race these MSD connector
Yep.
tearaway things were for a nitro funny car.
Oh, very cool. So yeah, nitro is the top tier of what,
So it's just
what
changing
we
the
do.
fuel,
It's
really.
changing the fuel. It's bigger superchargers. It's normally a slightly smaller cube engine, but it's all designed to go as fast as bugger. But
Yeah.
you're talking, I probably run somewhere between 2,000 to 2,500 horsepower with my Chev.
So
They
when
run
you
10,000 horsepower.
run a funny car, does it feel like you're in a roller coaster, or does it feel like you're getting kicked by a horse? Like, does it just?
For me, overcoming the vision was the hardest. Coming out of a
Yeah.
dragster where the engine's behind you, I had clear view of everything.
Yeah.
So
'cause everything's in
it was
front,
the
eh?
mental jump to go into something where once the body's down, your limited field between the top of the supercharger and what would be the windscreen is
Yeah.
very minimal.
Minimal. Wow.
So you know
You can't see shit.
You can't see shit. You can't see shit.
No,
So
it's when
mentally,
they
that was a
pull
big
it
step for
down
me.
over you. If that
Yeah.
windscreen's not like dead clean, you've got
Correct,
no
yeah, and
view.
as we go into the dew of the night, you know, sometimes it gets foggy, your visors
yeah.
get foggy and all that kind of stuff.
Especially down
So
in Perth with the weather so up and down.
up and down, yeah. So you generally run big blankets over the car before you drop it down just to stop
Yep.
that fogging up and
Oh,
it
wow,
happening.
okay.
Yeah, because it can get really bloody cold down there in that.
The
Yeah.
humidity
Yeah.
and stuff as well.
Very
sometimes
much
in
so,
summer.
yeah. And so much that has a vary with how much power the cars make too. So
It
But it
affects
was-
the track and everything.
Well, yeah. And you guys run slicks as
we
well.
do, yeah. Slicks on the rear, so yep, and that
They're
just
big tyres.
Big tyres,
massive
absolutely.
tyres.
Yeah. Big fat tyres. So big skid to start it to warm everything up, and then you just hope that they slip enough to get you down the track. So
So
yeah.
cool. What do you think of before you when you're staging? Do you have like?
I'm a really nervous driver. Anyone who's had the pleasure of crewing with me, it is an
Just
emotional
strap her
roller
in.
coaster with Auntie Jess. Yeah, it absolutely is. So, I have a lot of superstitions. I like to sit in the car as long as possible, strapped in.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Just so I can calm myself. Me and my little boy have a saying that we say to each other as I'm getting strapped in is safe, straight and fast. That's the saying of the game. So,
Like a Mickey goosebumps.
yeah.
I did actually get goosebumps. when I
Yeah,
heard.
so it's just it's safe, straight and fast. I always do the sign of the cross. So as the boys give me the green light to flick the mag on, as they brought up the fuel pressure, always do the sign of the cross as the body's coming down. It's just something that I do. It's a
love
little
it.
bit of a
It's your thing.
superstition.
You gotta have it.
Glenn always
Yeah.
puts
Got
his
theirs.
his left glove on first.
glove
There you
First.
go.
And Demi
Yep.
watched her dad do it so much she does it.
Does
She
it?
does
There,
it now.
there's
It's
the
like,
little
everyone's got
intricacies,
their
but
things.
once the body's down and you're told second gear, which is what I do, my skid in. Not that
Yep.
the nerves go away, but you just
It's
get a
game
sense
time.
of it's game time. It is
Let's
time to
go.
do it. So I'm very close to my crew chief, and that as he flags you through, it is that game time.
And you don't have a
mentality.
radio?
No,
No?
I don't run comms. No, I don't.
Okay.
So is everything hand signals then?
Yep, correct, absolutely, yeah. So he'll flag my skid. I do a rolling skid. Some drivers will stop just depending on the car
Yeah.
and the situation. So I do a rolling skid. I like to do big skids because it's fun.
Yeah.
Once I come back, you have those signals. Make sure you're in first gear. Make sure
Why
you're
don't
happy.
you run headsets? I want to ask Lisa in that there because they don't do them either.
Yeah, I mean, it's very much it's an individual thing. Yeah, you know.
I know it's real fucking loud in that engine, like in that pit. Like it must
It
be
is,
insane.
yeah, it is. I mean, I don't run with earplugs. Some drivers will drive with earplugs because I like to be able to hear the motor as well.
And because you're a mechanic, you understand the sounds
Yes.
that go with it.
That's exactly
You're
right.
not just driving it.
Yeah,
So you
know
know
the
when
bits.
something goes pop and you're like, fuck.
yeah, that's right. Or
Supercharger
something makes
or-
a little bit of a noise in reverse, or you just, you know, it's about listening.
So you'll know
to
to
the
shut
car.
it off if you hear something you're not happy with.
Correct, yeah.
That's so cool.
Because at the end of the day, you're not there for sheep stations. It's your
100%.
money on the line as well. So, you know, I like to run a wick that's as long as I can possibly run a race
Yeah.
car for that reason, because
Yeah.
I want to come back and do more laps.
100%.
So I generally don't run it right to the edge, but I definitely
and
keep a
you're
safe way
aware
down.
of that edge,
Yeah.
so you know how far you can push it.
Yeah, exactly right.
That's really cool because most people or some people will just get in and drive
Yes.
and know nothing else about it.
Correct, yeah.
But knowing, like Demi said, that she was starting to hear things
Yeah.
that when she gets to
Well,
half,
she's
like,
young, she's learning
Yeah.
early.
Yeah.
It's great.
but
It's
it's awesome.
Yeah,
You know,
it
you
is
start
so
with,
good.
it's like a fresh slate.
Yeah.
You know, for her to learn
And if
everything.
you-
That's it.
know
Being a
a certain
junior is so
sound.
beneficial. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
You hear a
and I-
Well,
certain
you've been in
sound,
it
you know.
since you said you were 12. Like,
Yeah, in the sport, correct. Yeah, as I said, and I was never lucky enough to have a junior dragster. It's just not something that my family sort of was that involved
I think it's mainly
with.
families that their
but-
parents race
Yeah,
or they've
correct.
been in
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Yeah, they
exactly
do it.
right. Exactly right. So,
So
but-
you went in from obviously to become a mechanic. When did you decide you wanted to do that?
To drive, yeah. So I sort of knew crewing that I wanted to be involved, and it was the first dragster I bought it was a local car. It was older, you know what I mean. It was just something to get my foot in the door, and I sort
Yeah.
of built up my second dragster from there and into the funny car. I knew I wanted to do it, you know.
Yeah.
It just,
When you got the bug, you can't
Yeah.
not
So
be there.
You've raced before funny cars then?
Yeah, so I had two dragsters. So it was my first one, which was only a small wheelbase, a small block, and then I went into a longer wheelbase with a big block Chev. That's the one I tagged the wall in. So once
So
it
how
was.
many years have you been racing then?
It took me, once I wrote the dragster off and then started the funny car for the first time, that was a 7-year journey to build what we built.
Yeah.
But ideally, well, I'm old now, so I'd be.
You're not. Oh my gosh, shut up.
So I'd be 20 years in the sport.
Wow.
yeah.
She's a veteran.
A lot of them are. A lot of them are though.
Yeah.
Like the Fergusons.
Yep.
They were saying that the dad used to race, like Pete.
Yeah,
Dongans,
Pete's
yeah.
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, we love the Fergusons.
No, it's once you get the bug, you got the bug. you
And
know
we don't
what I
even
mean?
race, and we're at every meet.
Yeah,
And, like, if
because you love
someone-
it.
yeah,
It makes you smile.
And the
That's
kids
why we
come.
do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kids
to the
play.
meets.
Oh,
I get invited
come down
now.
and crew. Come down and crew. You'll love it.
I get invited along now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
awesome. No, you'll fall in love with it too. No, don't worry.
Yeah, it's such good fun. And just being on the line, like it's just a different feeling than being in the crowd.
Yeah.
And now I've been on the line for like behind Kyle when he takes off.
Yeah.
There's no other feeling that I want than being down at the line.
Yeah, I could honestly crew just as much as I love owning a car because it's just that
Yeah.
being involved and being a part of it all really.
And then
is
going back to the
amazing.
pits and everyone's chatting and laughing, and then like Tyson's friggin' tent hopping to everyone.
Yeah.
He just does, and he introduces you to everybody.
Yeah,
He's
I
just
love
Everyone
it.
wants wires. Like
Yeah.
we go down and we don't charge. We
Yeah.
just want people to race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they need a connector, we've got it. Friggin' have it. He'll help
Most
them out.
teams are like that, and again, that's
Yeah.
why I fell in love with it, because you know you can borrow parts of the mate you're just about to race against. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But they want to see you on the track rather than being on a solo.
There would
so
be those people that would be like, I'm not helping you because I want to win.
it's few and far
But
between.
there would be
Yeah.
so minimal of them, because what I've seen, everyone just goes, oh yeah, I've got
Everyone's
an
a mate.
engine,
Yeah.
or I've got this,
Yeah.
or I've got that.
Absolutely, a
Yeah.
fitting or a part.
I was
It's,
going to say, everyone's going to share shit because it's expensive.
Yeah, exactly right. And everyone's
It's a
seen
fucking
everyone
expensive
doing
sport.
laps. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You'd rather race your mate than race solo. So you know it's
Yeah.
about getting cars down that strip.
So who would you want to swap rides with if you could?
Oh, I'd love to drive a door slammer one day.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah. you
Lisa.
know. Lisa, yeah, exactly right. You know what I mean? That's the top tier. You know, not the top tier, but you know those boys are amazing. Those cars are awesome. They've come a long way.
I've fallen in love with door slammer.
Yeah,
since we've been
it's
involved
just
in it.
So cool.
I think we've ride about 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And I
Look
was
at you
always
guys
very
go.
Kyle
Yeah.
and Top Fuel, because that's all we have grown up with. Like my daughter will watch Top Fuel and she will not even bat an eyelid in it. Like she'll just be like, her
got the
friends
perfect
like
photo.
this,
She's got the
and
perfect
Lila's just
photo of
like,
it.
oh,
Yeah.
it's Kyle. Like we've grown up around it.
Yeah.
But then when we started door slammers, I was like, oh, and there's so many of them in Perth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When they
it's
race,
awesome.
it's like it's so cool.
It is, nah,
Yeah,
there's that
motorsport's getting
camaraderie.
good. Motorsport's getting really good.
It's a tough field. Like, it's one of the toughest
Yeah.
field because they're all so close in regards to time and everything like that.
You're
It's
really like on the
amazing.
line, like come on, like
Yeah.
cut a good light.
Yeah.
Because if you don't,
Yep.
it's
I learned about that last week.
Yeah.
pretty much a win or a
was
lose
cutting
whether
it
you
off.
get
Yeah.
a good
Last
light
week.
or not.
So do you feel the pressure of being a woman in the most insane motorsports industry in the world?
Industry-wise, more than racing, yes, you know what I mean? Because I mean, when I did my apprenticeship, 20 years ago, it probably wasn't as dominant for females to be in that industry as
Yeah,
it is
very
now.
rare.
It's a little bit more common, it's a little bit more accepted,
Yeah.
and you got the support around you, where probably back when I did it, it was
You're
a
probably
bit
the
harder.
only one.
Yeah, I was, especially at
Very.
my TAFE. I think there was me and one other,
Yeah.
so, it wasn't as common. So I think in that side of what I've done over the last however many
Yeah.
years, that's a lot harder. But I guess drag racing is you're accepted for who you are.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. You can
I
drive a
definitely
car,
know. Yeah,
cool.
exactly right.
You're just the
Exactly
same as
right.
everyone else.
Yep, spot on.
Equality.
So, yeah, equality. That's exactly right.
I think everyone would probably move out the way if I just wanted to.
Oh, they'll be like, Rhiannon's coming. Rhiannon's coming. Get out of the way. No, it'd be a whole lot of fun.
I'd be in my walk-in shore.
Yes.
Like, no, I don't want to ruin it. Because you worked at Holden HSV, please tell me you're a Holden girl.
Absolutely, HSV, very much so. That is
Amber's
my
a Holden
favourite.
girl.
Yeah.
What's your favourite car?
That's your favourite, yeah.
Oh, I'm a sucker for sort of what would be the last of the runs, so sort of your VF, GDS, GDSR, W1, sort of that type of shape. That
Yeah.
was where it was soon as HSV closed their factories and everything like that. It wasn't that long that I sort of left what would be Holden and HSV. I just saw that as my way out to chase a different path. But very, very much they are my favourite
Yeah,
type of
they just
cars, and I
look
had a lot of
better.
success with them too. So
Sorry,
yeah.
Ford people. They're
They're a sexy car, don't you
They
worry.
I'm not a snob. I like them all.
You like them all? Yeah,
She's
yeah.
a biker girl.
I
She
do
likes
like
the
my
Harleys.
bikes. I like my Harleys. I like my Fords.
I like
my Holdens.
my Travis
care.
Pastranas.
Travis
Yeah.
Pastrana is very nice.
Stop
I like
it,
Travis.
he is. Yes.
Sorry, Lindsay. On a scale of 1 to straight up psycho, how much does someone have to love speed to drive a funny car?
You got to have a
Pretty
little element of
psycho.
psycho. Yeah, you do. Yeah, as I said, I think starting in the dragster definitely helped that journey. You know what I mean? And that's why I guess that's why juniors are based off dragsters.
Do you get
as well.
bored of going a certain speed and then you want more?
I don't think you get bored at it, but you, especially if the
Get used to
capability's
it.
there, you do. Like, what I find is that when you first get your license, you first step in a car, everything is really fast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everything happens so
So
fast. But
exciting.
as you get some seat time in the car, as you do a heap of laps, everything does start to slow down. You know what I
Yep.
mean? The passes
You
just
can
become a
focus
little...
on things.
Exactly right. So it just becomes a little bit more familiar. And then once you're comfortable in a car, you're like, all right, time to step it up, kids.
Yep.
You know, what else has she
Now
got?
reaction time.
Exactly
and
right.
60-foot time.
Can I turn it up? Can I make that
Yeah.
little bit more power? Squeeze a
And
bit
do
more
you
out of it?
decide, because obviously you're a mechanic, do you go, oh, we need more like this pressure, or I feel like we need more of this?
I have a contributing factor in that
Yeah.
side of it. I've always run a crew chief because I am so emotional on race day. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? You
So you
really
need
need that
somebody.
level head around
Yeah.
you to.
And you look at all like
Who's
the
your
tuning,
chief?
and
All the
stuff.
data.
Shout out. Who's the chief?
Paul Boshnat was my crew chief for 15 years, so he was a huge part of my racing journey. And
Paul.
Hi, Paul. Exactly right. Hi, Paul. And then this year we're going to go in a different direction when I bought the Hemi, so hopefully bring a new crew chief on board because Paul's got his own car that he's finally got together.
cool.
Yeah, which is very exciting for
So
them.
he'll be racing?
I'll be racing against him, man.
Oh.
Chopping him
Oh,
up.
no.
Don't you worry. Don't you worry.
He'll be like,
So
right,
he'll have
that
his own
girl's
car out there.
driving.
Yeah, exactly right. I'll take all he's taught me over the 15 years and chop him up with it. So yeah, no,
That's going to be
it's
cool.
very
Imagine that's your
exciting.
first race of the season.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly right. Chopping
Motor
up the old crew
plate sneaker
chief.
work.
Yeah. But it's that level head. I believe you've got to be close to your crew chief as a driver.
Yeah.
I find it hard to do both roles,
Yeah.
and you'll
You've
find a
kinda
lot
gotta
of
focus
teams.
on driving
You
as
do,
well.
you do. Yeah, you sort of got to take
So
that
you've got
emotion
your
away
own
from
crew
it.
that's like your mechanics and stuff that help you on the day to make sure that everything's tickety-boo because you've got to keep your head in the game,
Correct.
right?
You've got to trust the people around you as well. So, you know, a crew basis will have, you'll have one on the left-hand side of the motor, one on the right-hand side of the motor. I don't have a bottom end because I don't strip any of that during race day. Like, if I got to pull a sump off, I'm pretty well going home. You know, you got someone doing the arse end. I always pack my own shoes. It's probably one thing I promised my dad back when I was 17. As a driver, I'll always pack my own parachutes. You have a reverse gear. You just got to have that faith and just that emergency sort of, you know, I packed it. If it's going to go wrong, at least I can't blame anyone.
It was me.
That's
spot on.
Kira packing Kyle's shoes. She will never let anyone else do it. She knows how she wants to do it. And it's his wife. Like, that's the biggest trust you can have. Pack my shoots. If they go wrong, he's pissed off Kira something.
Exactly right. So I'll always pack my own shoes.
That's cool.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
All right, before we wrap it up, we are going to play a little game called Rhiannon's Racing School.
Which is basically where you make fun of me for not knowing what the fuck anybody's talking about.
Love it.
Yeah.
So we're going to do some drag racing terms because we feel like you would be the best person.
Oh, God. Hopefully I
to
get it
explain
right.
some things. So because Rhiannon will think like lighting the candles or be singing happy birthday at the start line.
I have no fucking clue what that means.
Let's ask you what you think it is and then...
Okay, I like this. All right. Yeah.
So...
Hang on, hugging myself up. Okay, yeah, go, shoot.
Lighting the candles, not happy birthday.
It's not happy birthday. Is it something to do with fire out the back end?
Close. Fire out the exhaust.
Not out of your back end.
Not my back end. So yeah, lighting the candles again is that nitro term. So once the car is sitting there idling, you'll have the pops of sort of the flames coming out the exhaust. But as soon as the tree drops and they stomp the pedal, it's lighting those candles. It's the big solid flames coming out the exhaust of those nitro cars. You were close. You were close.
Tell, like, I think Tyson said when they're going off, you can see if there's like a cylinder out.
Oh, absolutely.
Or if it goes green.
Different colours because it burns differently. Blue, green, and you can see dropping a cylinder.
If there's something wrong, if it's a different colour.
That's where the old crew chief, because as a driver you see nothing.
Yeah.
But it's the people
Especially
behind you
at
that you trust.
You really see the colour change.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's quite cool.
It is
I always
very
thought that was just like...
Now I look for it.
Maybe they would put like some sort of coloured powder or something
Oh,
like they do.
bless,
You can get fuel additive that's like scented.
It smells good.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh, it's so good.
We were going to stock it and sell it through our
Really?
shop.
That sounds awesome. You should do that.
It's
I would
so
do that.
good. Red Line do a great one. VP do a candy one that is absolutely elite. So
when it starts up,
Can we do that?
yeah, do it.
in normal cars.
Yeah, I would do that.
You smell
I want
pretty.
like a grape scent.
Yeah,
Fart
absolutely.
smell.
Yeah.
You're like, Rhiannon's coming.
You're gross. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Christmas tree.
Well,
or
I
the
learned
tree?
this last week. It's the lights of the Christmas
But what
tree.
do you think Jess's class run? Because you know how there's like the difference in things.
Oh, I have no idea. So Nitro Funnies, I'm assuming you're kind of maybe the tree?
What? It's how the light. You know how the lights can either go like amber, green, or they go like staggered.
Oh,
I don't know this either, but
I have no fucking clue.
Yeah, so I race a Pro Tree, which is the flash of amber.
Yeah.
So that's
Sorry,
an
that's not me
Outlaws.
flashing.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
So that's what I race under. In modified, you do a countdown tree or stagger tree. So just depending on what class you're running. I prefer a pro tree personally.
Yeah.
I like that flash of sort of amber.
So you
So
just
is that
know.
the three little amber lights that
Yep.
go?
They
and
just
then
flash at once,
they're
All
white
at
and then
ones
green.
and then green?
Yep.
Oh, I think I would like more time to prepare.
The drop down, when I go up a class, they actually run both depending on what meeting it is. So you sort of have to get used to
they?
both.
Wow,
But
okay.
I definitely prefer a pro tree.
Yeah. So
personally.
when you stage and you go into the two bulbs, you're
Yeah.
both in full stage.
Yeah.
It's pretty much as soon as you're both in full stage, they're like, go.
Yeah,
Or is there a
look,
delay?
Again, always learning. A lot of tracks do it differently. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Some of them are controlled by a timer. Some of them are starter controlled, more the rural
So there's
tracks.
someone that can actually manually.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did not know that.
Yep. When I went to Adelaide very recently, they had a very long delay from the time you brought up your two-stage lights to the drop, compared to Perth. That was a slightly longer. I mean, you're talking,
Yeah. Because you hear
bugger
people
all,
like
but, yeah.
rev their cars up as soon as that other person gets into full stage. They bring the revs
It's
up.
a whole staging procedure, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Depending on your car and everything like that, it's a very much a staging procedure. I now bring the RPM up, where when I first jumped in that funny car, I launched off idle. So it just
Yeah.
depends on the vehicle and what kind of setup that you do have. And
Yeah.
I much prefer to bring it up on the RPM and with
Like
a
where you're
button.
screaming and then you're like, gone.
Just drop it, exactly
Yeah.
right. So it's just finger off the button.
Skid and then it just,
Yeah, I mean, off when you're racing, you hope it doesn't. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
so
The
you won't
whole
get the traction.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
want the traction.
Exactly
That's the
right. You
torque,
want it to hook
right?
up. Yeah, exactly right. It's that torque. You want the car to hook up and go. Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, it's
Because if you wheel spin, that person
fucks you
next
up.
to
The
you is
person else is
gone.
well
that's
gone.
exactly right. Spot
Yeah.
on. Yeah. So that first 60 foot is so very, very
And
important.
that's where you see them when they take off and they kind of like the back end lifts.
Yep.
It's
Yes.
because they're not getting the traction.
Exactly
looks
right.
wicked.
Spot on. Look, you do know.
learning
Proud.
shit.
I
I
love
get
it.
learning
To
channel.
watch it. No, I don't. I
Okay.
watch it anyway.
This is of your own volition.
What do you think? Oh, you kind of know what a reaction.
I'm assuming, okay, the reaction time is obviously like how fast you can take off as soon as it's green, right?
Yeah, so it's the distance between the green light and your car breaking the beam. So that's where that measurement of time
Do you know where the beams are?
comes from.
Where are the beams? What are the beams?
Yeah, so they're literally lasers that sort of hug the ground, and so that we break a beam to bring the car on the first stage light, and then we creep forward, and that brings up both stage lights, so you know it's go time.
Yeah.
And then it's once you've broken the beams, they connect back, I guess, from the lasers. It's that time between the green flash
Yeah.
and your car rolling.
Fucking technical.
So and so
That's
much
how it
of
makes it.
what we do package-wise relies on reaction
So
time.
are there beams at both sides of the track so that they can tell how fast you've gone?
Yep, and same at the finish line. So every incremental stage in our races has got a beam. So when we get a time card or a time sheet, we know at every point in the track how fast the car has gone. That helps with tuning as well, because if for some reason the car gets a little bit out of control on the top end and you have to get off it earlier, you have to pull the chutes early, those time increments leading up to you aborting the run has a lot to do with tuning as well. So you can sort of go, all right, I was on a 660 pass, but I had to get off it because of X or Y.
Yep.
So it just sort of helps with the way that you tune and drive it.
When you see the lasers, you can go onto the track once the meet's done.
Yep.
And all the kids play with the lasers.
Yeah.
So you like put your
Oh,
foot there.
yeah.
So you know how when Danny will bring Demi in, or you'll see when you're watching, and they'll like bring them in slowly to go up to the light and then let them go. That's how they know to go not past that laser.
Yeah, exactly
Okay,
right.
I'm
Yeah.
learning.
So when we go down after a meet, we'll go on the track
We'll
and
show
you
ya.
can play
Show
it.
me. Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
So now, what do you think 60-foot time means?
How fast you can go in 60 feet?
Pretty well. So the drag race is 1320. So the 1320 feet is what we race on. I think it's 400 and 405 metres is
It's
what
so
it
weird
is in
how
metres.
we work in meters and that, but they say
Yeah.
feet and
Yeah,
kilometres an hour and it's
miles per hour. I guess it's because it's very
Is it
much an
American?
American-based sport,
Yeah.
correct?
Okay.
Yeah. So we have increments that we race against: 60, 330, half track, 1,000, and then the end of the track. So 60 foot is our first incremental marker, and as you get up in the ranks, as you go faster, that first 60 foot is probably
Is this
the
why they
most
call it a
important.
quarter mile? I've just figured this out.
Quarter mile, yeah, because
Okay.
it's
I
a
feel
quarter of a
stupid.
mile. No, that's it, which is 1320
is.
feet. Yeah. So that's
And
how long
then
the track
juniors
is.
only run to a certain.
Yep, I think
like
they're
half
eighth
track
mile.
or-
Or,
something
yeah,
like that.
they're a little bit shorter
And
than
then I
us.
think Glen sometimes, maybe in America, I don't know, only go to 1,000 feet or something, or some.
And I think
like-
the top fuelers only go to 1,000 over
so
there
there's
as
certain
well.
categories that only go to a certain distance on the track. They're not all full track.
Yeah,
And now I know why that's stupid. Like Fast and Furious, I lived my life a quarter mile at the time.
that's it.
Oh, it all makes sense.
It all makes sense now. Exactly
I
right.
feel stupid.
No, I love it. Always learning.
Yeah, that's what we're doing it for.
Yeah, well, this is what this channel is for, because I would love to know more about it. You know, I'm in an industry where, like, I'm around cars, motorcycles, motorsport cars all
Yep.
the time. I can make something shiny as fuck.
Yeah, exactly right.
I
Yeah,
will
yeah.
make your car look immaculate, and I can put a coating on it, and you will, like, it'll be so much easier to clean. But do I know anything about motorsports? Not really.
Not
I like
really.
to watch it.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's very loud. I love it when Tyson starts up an engine and it vibrates the whole fucking shop. It's great.
Yeah.
I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
But I need to learn some shit, because, like, I eventually do talk to,
You don't want
races
to
and
look
stuff
dumb talking to
in my
someone
workshop, and I would like to be able to talk to
and understand what it is.
And then when they talk to me, I'm like, yes, I know what that is. I know.
She kissed a customer.
You just
Did
have to
you?
tell everybody. No,
What?
actually, I told everybody on the Facebook.
He went to thank him, and she kissed him.
Oh,
Well, he leant in, and I didn't know what to do.
That's funny as.
Oh yeah, I shared that with everybody on the first episode.
Oh, that's funny.
It was our garage confessions. It was what was the worst thing or funniest thing you've experienced at the garage? And I was like, well, I mean, I've kissed a customer. And I told Shane we can never have these people around.
That's
again.
it, done.
Yeah, shut, we're
Take them
closed
off the
forever.
books.
Shut down the business.
All right, dial in.
Dial in. Okay, I think Glenn said this one the week before last. Is it the one where you have to give them a time before the race?
Nailed it.
Oh, you don't have a dial
I do. So
you?
our Outlaws is a dial your own bracket. So exactly that. We put a number on the window. That's on the board at the front, and we got to
What's
run
it for?
That's how because it's a bracket where you don't have to be the fastest to be able to win, but you've got to be closest to your dial in. So I could be a 660 car, and the car next to me could be a 7.5 second car, and it's whoever can get closest to the number that they predict without going faster will ideally win the race.
Because that's how you break out. Is
yeah.
if you
So
go
you don't
faster.
have to beat the other person.
No, you just got to be close to your So we'll always, again, it comes back to the tree and the Christmas tree. They design the race so we're crossing the line together because at a 660 car, the 750 car will go first, and then I've got to wait for my tree. So whatever that difference is at the dial-in, that's
you're
the
going
difference.
to be
at start.
faster.
Correct. Yes,
'cause
I'll
they're
catch
never
them
gonna
quicker.
win
Yeah,
otherwise.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, spot on. It's exactly right. So, and it's about crossing the line together. It's the drag
And
race.
if you've
you know
got
what I
more
mean?
money,
So-
you're going to go faster.
Exactly right, and that's why
So-
Outlaws is good because you don't have to be the most expensive
you're
car out
kind
there
of
to
fighting
win.
to win the race, but you're fighting for your own personal number.
Yep, exactly right, and that's where you know your car, you know your tune-up, you know the weather, you know the crew. It's about that reliability to get the car
Mainly it's
exactly
just
the
about
same
you
every
and
time.
Most of the drag racing sports do dial-ins.
No. So I'm the only one. So our Outlaws would be the top tier, the last of your bracket racing.
Yeah.
So your modified are all die your own, juniors are all die your own. I know there's heaps of others that are all die your
Yeah.
own. Most of it is predict your time. And then when you step up, it's about the fastest. You race against
Does
an
everyone
index.
have to have a number on their window?
As in
Is
a race
that- is-
number?
Is that you have your time on your
So
car?
only if you're a bracket racer.
Right,
So
okay.
and then we just change it. It's normally in a chalk pen, and we just change it as we're going into elimination.
Keep an eye out for that.
Yeah.
Because I've seen, like you'll have your sticker number.
So that's our race number.
Your race number
our
on.
license number.
Yep.
And then
What's your license number?
4451.
She got it off the top of her head.
Yeah, I've had that since I was 17. I kept the same number all the way through.
That's really cool.
Nice. Is it kind of like your lucky number now?
I would say I pick it a lot. So yeah, it probably would be a lucky number for me. Yeah.
I love it. So, what advice would you give young girls that are just starting or wanting to start out in this industry? Like you started in like, in the teams and everything when you were like 12, and you've been like, you're a veteran. You've been doing this.
That's so mean.
No, veteran is a good thing. We're not talking age. She's not old.
I know.
She's a young woman.
You're young.
She's
You'll be
sprightly,
younger than me.
sexy young woman.
Youngish. We'll go
Come
youngish.
on. She's a veteran in the industry because she's been doing it for 20 years. 20 years since you were 12. She's young. But you're young girls in this industry because it's still very male dominated. And yes, there are young girls coming in like Demi and her
But that's
friends and
because
stuff.
of her dad.
Her dad's awesome. But what advice would you give to the young girls who are thinking I would really love to do this?
What would you say to yourself?
Oh yes, what would you say to yourself?
You sort of got to find your place, you know what I mean? Like, it's about not giving up. If you don't find the right workshop straight away, if it's not quite your jam straight away, don't give up. When I first started my apprenticeship, I actually did 8 months in a different workshop before I went to Holden, you know what I mean? And very quickly I could have thrown in the towel. It wasn't right. It definitely wasn't an environment that I wanted to be in, but I wasn't going to give up, you know what I mean? It's about having that persistence, be like...
If you've got that passion, just keep going.
You just keep going, exactly right. And same with getting into racing or any type of motorsport. It's about finding a crew or finding a team that you just have that little bit of a,
So I've got to
a
keep
bond
on
with to
persisting
learn.
to get to Lando.
You just keep persisting, exactly right. Never give up that dream, exactly right. So you will always find your place, but just don't give up because it's hard, man.
And it doesn't come straight away.
No,
And
it
it's
doesn't.
not always easy because it's still very male dominated, and
Yes.
some of the men aren't always going to be understanding or
No, know your worth.
gentle gentle
Yep.
in the industry. They're going to be a bit rough on you because they feel like it's meant for men.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
Or they're
so-
just trying to make you understand what other people are going to treat you like. So
Yeah.
like, come on,
That
you've
too,
got it.
yeah,
They're trying to
absolutely,
toughen you
yeah.
up.
Toughen
Some
you
ways
up.
it's a bit
yeah.
tough love.
That's
Yeah.
like dads.
Oh,
with their,
my first job was with my dad. That was tough love.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
hey.
I just got to drive to airports with mine. So
Oh,
it's
too
fine.
nice.
But yeah, I guess just don't give up.
Would
You'll
you
find your place.
recommend starting in juniors or find a class that they want to start in?
I guess to start in juniors, you sort of got to have the family backing. You know, at a
Yeah.
14-year-old kid, you can't just go, oh, I'm going
I
to go
wanna
buy a
do
race
that.
car. Yeah,
You're
exactly
kinda already
right.
aware of it.
You exactly
You got
right.
the
You
parents
sort
that
of,
are like, yeah, we're willing to spend this money.
that's spot on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as I
People
said,
like, what is it, we'll pass Wednesdays?
Yep. And that's where
yeah.
you start. That's exactly right. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? You just go down there with your street car that runs 16s and go like, this is pretty
This is
cool.
fun.
Yeah, exactly
Yeah.
right. And then you meet people and you just network
Yeah.
and then, you know, you buy a car that's a little bit quicker
And you
and
could probably still like talk to people at the WA junior dragsters.
Absolutely.
You know, they've got that association, and they've got people in there that you could talk to if you wanted to.
Do you have an
to join up?
association for your
Yeah,
category?
do you guys have an association for your category?
so not for outlaws, but we run under WADRA, so the West Australian Drag Racing Association.
Yeah.
Hands down, absolutely amazing group
So
of
if
people.
anyone's got any questions,
Anyone's
or-
got any questions, you reach out to groups like that. Exactly
Yeah.
right, because they just point you in the right direction. And I guess going back to juniors, there are lots of cars in Perth that you can just rent per
Yeah, I
meeting
didn't know you could do that.
to get
You
your
could
foot in the
rent-
door. Yeah.
rent a
So,
car.
you know, kids are kids. One day they want to play football and they're taking a football train. They're
Yeah.
like, nah, this is terrible. You're like,
Oh,
I just
goodness
paid a
sake.
year's worth of membership for this, situation.
It's a
But-
massive outlay if you're not already in the sport.
yeah.
Yeah,
So by being able to rent cars like that, it just lets you know whether you want
Yeah.
to be involved in it. So no, there are avenues for everybody to get involved, and as I
Yeah.
said, start by asking the question, join the clubs, have a chat, go down and get adopted by a crew. I think that's the number one thing.
Yeah.
Once you sort of understand crew life and what it's all about, it doesn't take you long to go, all right, I either want a crew or I want to sort of look at
And
my
don't
own
be
deal.
scared to ask.
Don't
Come
be
and
scared to
ask the crew
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
or have a photo.
Find
Yeah.
the mums.
Yeah,
Find-
exactly
find
right.
the mums
Yeah.
that are in the cruise. Come talk
Yeah.
to the mums
Yeah.
because they're very nice.
Yeah.
That was with when Street Outlaws came. There was a really, I don't know, he's a really tall guy. I can't remember, but we were walking around and having a look. We were there with Glenn.
Yeah.
And his wife came up, so we was talking to the wife, and she was like chatting away, and because the driver, everyone wants the driver,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but you chat to their crew and everything, and you find out so much more.
Just as knowledgeable.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
absolutely
Lisa's
right.
crew is so
Yeah,
nice.
they're amazing.
the girls are cool.
They're so wicked.
Yeah.
Yeah, find the mums.
Yeah, find the mums, exactly right.
Not
Ask
only
the
do they have
crew.
snacks, they
Yeah.
have answers.
Yeah, exactly
Who do
right.
you need
Ask
to talk
all
to?
the questions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
who do you need to talk to? Who's the people that we need to see and you know, help us get in this? Go find the mum
Yeah.
spot
I
on.
know, we need to bring some mums in.
with snacks.
Yeah, do it. Yeah,
We bought
interview the
snacks,
mums,
yeah.
you
We bought
know.
snacks.
They're the ones who
Talk about
plan
a roller coaster of
and-
emotion. Yeah,
Oh,
exactly
no.
right. And watching their little
And
babies go
being
down the track.
mums,
Yeah,
we know
yep.
the hard, like we just went through 2 weeks of hell with our son
Yeah.
with health. Turns out the doctor didn't know what he was talking about.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
But as a mum, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
you,
as I
and
said.
you do anything for your kids.
Mums,
Absolutely.
for sure. Beeline for the mums.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say mums probably hold all the shit together.
Oh,
My
yeah.
dads are like, let me get in the car. The mums are like, have you got your seatbelt on?
Yeah,
Have you ate something?
exactly right. Exactly right.
Please have a drink.
Yeah, exactly
Yeah,
right.
keep
Drink the
hydrated.
water.
All right. Well, that's it for this episode. Thank you so much for coming in and sharing everything with us. I actually
so
have learned
awesome.
quite a lot.
Oh,
I didn't know
good.
anything about
Yeah.
funny cars
Yeah.
before
Yeah,
we
we've got
started,
some
so
seriously
I've
cool
seen
shit.
them.
Oh yeah.
And so you're racing next season?
Yes,
Or when
absolutely.
they open?
When they open again, yeah. So we are getting a resurface, which is exciting
Yeah.
for what we do because the track was definitely ready for
Really
It's such a
for some
great
new surface.
track.
Yeah, and I'll be
Like-
out there with a new motor and a little bit faster and all the bits
in the
And we'll be
Exactly right.
we'll be on the sideline.
Woo,
going,
go
With our big
Jess!
Lisa,
Yeah.
big Lisa signs.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, that's just
Love
her.
it.
Jess.
Yeah.
And Lisa will be like, get her out.
No,
Yeah,
Lisa's
No, it'd be like, leave us alone.
Yeah, so I end every episode with a line to Lando.
Do it.
So this week's Lando line is, Lando, this episode was all about control under pressure. Something I lose every time you take your helmet off.
Stop it.
Yeah, on that note, thank you.
Thank you so much for
and
coming
thanks
in.
for
It was
having
awesome
me.
having you.
Until next time.
Until next time, this was Talk Dirty to Me.
Okay, bye.
Bye.